You just came back from Sun City, and Gauteng has been accorded the right to host the G20 next year. Actually, the first meeting is starting tomorrow with the Shepherd and the finance ministries, deputies of the reserve banks of the G20 countries.
Yes.
And you host some of, or boost some of the facilities. The convention center in Mabatu is just here, but Sun City surely should be part of a prime place.
Absolutely.
I was saying, Sun City advertised itself saying 45 minutes away from Johannesburg. Surely this is a facility that caters for leisure and business,
A little bit of
and it should be a platform. I think you are marking for leveraging the G20.
Not just Sun City. Let's look at the entire Muruleng precinct. I mean, when we talk about wildlife and safari experience, you know that we've got Pilanesberg, which is ranked amongst the best wildlife and safari national reserves in the country. We've got Sun City, like you said, that's your more leisure, adventure tourism. But we've also got a little bit of the cultural and the rural and township experience.
Vibe, yes.
And one thing that I've noticed, especially post Meetings Africa and post Indaba, is that with our post tours, they were looking for a specially, authentically curated cultural experience.
Yes.
You know, they wanted us to immerse them into the Botswana culture. They wanted us to let them know what we eat, what type of music we enjoy. So we always package it together where, even though we're trying to host you at Sun City, but let's take you to Mpebato Cultural Museum. Let's also take you to Lidach, you know, for a Chisangame experience. Let's take you to Pilanesberg for a game drive, and you're sure to see, I would say, all of the big five at once. So that's something that we're looking forward to with the G20 coming through. We will be collaborating with Gauteng, and we're excited about the fact that you are the host province for the G20 summit. Like I said earlier on, considering our proximity, it's also an opportunity for us. So instead of being a sore loser and saying, why weren't we awarded the G20? We're looking at the opportunities that can arise from such collaborations.
Absolutely. Anyway, we are all about South Africa. We are all about destination South Africa and brand South Africa. Friday we were here, and the setup and the musical experience was Bacardi. And I was saying to the guests and everybody, Bacardi is actually a genre within Amapiano. Originates from Pretoria. So Bacardi, Pretoria is the original home of Bacardi. There used to be Mugoanti Wapi, Pretoria, that type of songs and the like. And for me, it's an opportunity to actually pair musical experiences. Bacardi, Pretoria, Motswako, Maftown, Gom, Durban, and me and you with our fellow colleagues, especially in the South African content. How important is it to use these types of authentic South African musical genres and experiences to showcase our different destinations? So you can imagine, maybe we have an album from Bukonobu Pirima marketing with Rose Motswako, an album from Gauteng on Bacardi, Amapiano, and an album from Durban, and we are at World Travel Market in London, and that's all that we showcase from our different spaces.
I think it's important to also acknowledge the fact that, you know what, music has no boundaries, and that's the lovely thing about it. I think I've seen a lot of content from your international content creators really dancing to Bacardi even better than I would, and I'm South African. So that's something that's awesome to see. I mean, you know, we've had artists from the Northwest. I mean, we've had Casper going and, you know, really taking over the US market, and people knowing his songs and appreciating his music. So that's something that's beautiful. I mean, look at what Black Coffee is doing in New York.
Absolutely. Just won the best DJ award in the world.
We've got Tyler as well bringing the Grammy home. So like I'm saying, music tourism really just breaks down the red tape and the boundaries, and it really just, it's something that we should try and use or leverage on to try and make sure that we bring in more people, and something that is a unique factor factor that really just sets South Africa apart from any other country. Because at the end of the day, if you go on YouTube, if you go on Twitter, on X,
Yes.
people are jamming to South African tracks, and that's the
Absolutely.
truth. Yes.
So this platform, it's actually viewed by hundreds and top decision makers.
Yes.
You'll not be surprised if Premier Lazimo Khotsi watches and Premier Oi Payasalisuvi watches
Yes.
these platforms.
Mm-hmm.
So you have now, as the CMO, you have an opportunity to send a message to them, especially on the importance of events like this. Everybody thinks this is just about party, music, and the life.
No.
The economic spin-off, the economic metrics of an event, the multiplier effect. We brought about 4 traders from
Exactly.
Gauteng on the lifestyle brand and the like, and I saw hundreds of traders benefiting from
this particular
platforms like
platform,
this.
yes.
Your message about the importance of quality signature events driving the visitor economy.
It's always very important to realize that with these type of events, we're not just here to promote music tourism. As the department, we had about 30 SMMEs that were sponsored by the department as part of our market access.
Yes.
And for them, I mean, just imagine it's December right now. They've been given this opportunity to try and market their brands, but also to try and make some money.
Yes.
You know, going into the festive season, I think that's very important. But not just with Mahika, but also other lifestyle events. I think people always look at the fact that you're bringing people to a venue to come and have a good time, but they don't understand the economic spin-offs. I mean,
Yes.
every single guest house, every single lodge, hotel in Mahikeng right now and neighboring cities is fully booked out.
Yes.
But not just I'd say the tourism ecosystem. Let's also look at your nightlife establishments. Let's also look at your filling stations. I always make the example, this is our 3rd Mahika that we're doing since I became CMO.
Yeah.
And I always say to the team, my highlight is driving home at 2 or 3 in the morning, and every single filling station on Mandela Drive does not have a single pie.
Yeah.
That's how I measure
How you
it.
know.
That's
You
how I
check the
know.
fridges,
I check
there's
the
no
fridges,
ice, there's no drinks,
ice.
there's no water.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you can see that so many people in this value chain are benefiting because of these types of events. It's not just about the music lovers and the festival patrons that are coming in from various places. It's about everybody else who's benefiting from this. And I'm just hoping that going forward, as I make my humble submission, that we have more events like this, because
Yes.
it really just boosts and drives and reignites tourism, domestic and regional, I'd say.
And you are just closer to the academic institution, one
Yes.
of the leading facilities.
Yes.
My alma mater, I went to the university. It's close to the broadcast, one of the quality
Yes.
broadcast
Yes.
facilities. Therefore, you are able to plug into a media ecosystem. But I guess also from the university, the academia, the
research component
where
of
you
it,
are
yes.
able also to deploy stats and research students
Yes.
to go all out. So you have an opportunity to actually bring the university as the partner, so that they
Yes.
also quality assure the documents
Exactly.
and the research that goes out.
At the end of the day, these are public funds.
Yes.
So when we invest in flagship events like this, we've got our research team, our market intelligence team from Northwest Parks and Tourism Board, and from the department as well. But we also have our students, because we've got a memorandum of understanding with Northwest University, and they just help us to make sure that we're really capturing quality data, because at the end of the day, it's important for
Yeah.
decision-making purposes.
Yeah.
And next year, when I make my submission to say, we'd want to invest in another event, they always want to see exactly.
It's data-led marketing.
It's data-led marketing, which is very important, because
100.
that is how you're able to justify also the investments that we make.
As we wrap up, what more do you want to see out of the collaboration and the memorandum of agreement on joint marketing with Gauteng Tourism as we move forward, as we look into a bumper 2025? And probably, I personally, I hope we'll go together to Botswana.
Yes.
Personally, I hope we will be
Swaziland,
able to do
everywhere
all of
else.
those matters. But this agreement for moving into the new year, your key major aspiration related to this agreement?
I think what I love about this agreement is that it's not just in black and white. We found a way to practicalize it, and we found a way to make sure that the deliverables are actually something that we can realize,
Yes.
I mean, so many different DMOs will have an MOU, but you found that at the end of that term, we haven't really done any sort type of collaboration. So that's why I was saying it's been a good year for us with regards to the collaboration. We've collaborated on a number of things, post tours. We've had some joint hostings that we've had, and then there's Mahikeng and Town Heights as well last week.
Absolutely.
So going into the next year, let's take it to another level.
100%.
I'd say from Mahikeng, well, not really from Mahikeng, but Northwest Gauteng to the world. Let's see what we can do around that.
Yeah, you get it from all our corners, from Mahikeng to Gauteng, to the world, to the region. There's another edition of Gauteng Live. You've heard it from the CMO herself. Thank you very, very, very much for gracing this occasion. I'm looking forward to have my other colleagues joining in this platform, sharing out their content. It's all about the visitor economy and how it intersects with the creative sector, build an ecosystem that is resilient. The more we have this event, the Sun City, now it was the golf, and then now there's this event. Probably there will be other events.
Absolutely.
SMMEs get an opportunity to provide a service consistently, and all of a sudden now they have a payslip because they have been able to provide work consistently. So thank you very much for
It's an absolute pleasure. Thank you for hosting us and having us. Yes.
That was another exciting edition and segment of Gauteng Lifve, coming directly from Mahikeng on the Mahikeng Music and Cultural Festival. Until we meet in the next episode, second half.